We are on the air from Investors Group Field in Winnipeg. The sun is setting. We will be playing under the lights this evening, ready for some great football action. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm your host, Mike Valente, and this is high school rivalry here on Shaw TV. The Crocus Plains Plainsmen battle the Elmwood Giants tonight. But here's the deal. Players from both teams had no idea that our Shaw TV cameras would be here tonight. It's a complete surprise. They're both ready to go and excited, and it's going to be great. A nice community surprise courtesy of us here at Shaw TV, and we're happy to do it. It's about 4 degrees right now. Let's send it up to the men that will call tonight's action, Mike Beauregard and Corey Weir. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Mike. Corey, we've got teams with opposite records. We've got Elmwood vying for first place tonight with a 4-1 record. Crocus Plains has a 1-4 record, but offensively, they need to be reckoned with. They have some firepower.
They do, and it's all downfield. They have a receiver by the name of Bryce Parnetta. He's got 248 yards. He's averaging 16.6 yards a catch for 1 touchdown on the season so far. And at the helm, who's thrown it to him? Sam Essler. He's looking at 880 yards passing, and he leads the league in passes this year.
So 2 of the top offensive players in AA football, despite the 1-4 record. Mike Valente spoke to Sam Essler just a few minutes ago.
Here is Sam Essler, the quarterback for the Crocus Plains Plainsmen. Sam, our Shaw TV cameras are here tonight. How exciting is this for you?
It's very exciting. It's very nice being in this beautiful stadium here.
You guys are 1-4 as a team. You need some help in the standings. What's the message to the team tonight?
The message to the team is just to go as hard as we can, maybe pull up a win. We're trying as hard as we can. Saw Massey beat River East yesterday. I think we can do the same here.
Absolutely. This is also your first year playing as quarterback. How has that been for you?
It's very good. It's a very nice experience. Being a leader on the team is always been a dream of mine.
And even just before the interview here, I know you're looking up around the sky. It's a big space, and you mentioned you haven't even played on turf before, right? So it's a new experience altogether.
Definitely a new experience. Very, very nice looking up at lights.
Well, good luck tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to meet you.
Sam Essler from Crocus Plains.
Corey, we could see some fireworks because Elmwood has the most prolific offense in AA football. They score almost 35 points a game.
They do, and it's really a different beast with them. They have a running back that seems to be putting the team on his back. We're looking at 849 yards of rushing on the ground, 11.8 yards a carry. So he's really getting a first down every time he touches the ball.
That's TJ Proden.
That's TJ Proden, and he's the leading rusher of the league. So behind the helm, of course, is their quarterback, John McClellan. He is leading the league in points with 7 touchdowns. So those are 2 players to watch this evening.
And Mike Valente spoke to Elmwood quarterback John McClellan.
Standing here with John McClellan, the quarterback of the Elmwood Giants. Our Shaw TV cameras are here. John, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Nice surprise?
Yeah, it's exciting to play here and have the cameras over.
Your team is 4-1. You lead the league yourself with points scored. How do you add to that total tonight?
We just have to go out and do all of our jobs. That's all I can ask from anybody and myself. So if we execute what we're good at, then I guess the points will come.
Well, good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
This is high school rivalry on Shaw TV. If you're just joining us, a AA battle between the Elmwood Giants and the Crocus Plains Plainsmen out of Brandon. Elmwood has a record of 4-1, Crocus Plains 1-4. River East was the only undefeated team in AA, Corey, but they lost last night to Vincent Massey of Brandon, 23-16. So that tonight opens the door for Elmwood with a victory to join them in a tie for first place with 1 week left in the regular season next week, and they play head-to-head, so they'll battle for first place in AA.
Yeah, and it's an exciting time, Mike, for these Elmwood Giants here. We had a chance to talk with the Elmwood coach before the game, and he had said, exactly that. We have a chance here to go for first, and they are not going to take this game lightly.
And there's Nathan Falk, head coach of the Elmwood Giants in his 6th season at Elmwood, says this is one of the better teams he's had. Opening kickoff is fumbled, taken to the 25-yard line, and that's where we'll take our first look at the Elmwood Giants offense. And we talked about it in our opener. They're the highest scoring offense in the AA division, the Cass Vidrick division, 172 points for, and that's almost 35 points a game. No one else in this division is even close to that.
No, and as we talked earlier today about the running back Proden for the Elmwood Giants, look for him to have a game. He's got nearly 850 yards on the season.
On first down, it's John McClellan, the quarterback, who keeps and gains about 5. And there's a look at John, the leading scorer in AA football with 7 touchdowns. We'll be calling his name a lot. And you'll also get a look at TJ Proden, number 33. And Crocus holds them shy of a first down. And there's TJ right there with almost 900 yards rushing.
And it's a good job here by Crocus, being able to really fill the gaps here on a dangerous running back that with a little bit of room, he could really take the ball downfield. So good job by Crocus to force a third down.
Elmwood's going for it on third and a long yard. And there's McClellan, and I'm not sure he got the first down. An early gamble by Elmwood, and let's see if they end up turning over the football. And they are shy of that first down, so an early turnover. Let's see if Crocus Plains of Brandon can capitalize.
That was a very gutsy move by the Elmwood head coach there, really deep in their zone and giving the ball up to Crocus on their 35. It'll be interesting to see what Crocus does here with the opportunity, as they got great field position starting.
Well, they certainly have some weapons, even though this offense scores about half as many points a game as Elmwood's does. Sam Essler's the quarterback. They give to Riley Keel, their primary running back, and he gains about 3, maybe 4 yards. So it'll be second and long for Crocus with an opportunity here early in the game. Essler gonna throw. That's Teal Bohm, and he's shy of the first down. Gain of about 5 yards on that play. There's an Elmwood player down on the play.
You know, Mike, everyone talks about Parnetta as being their top receiver, but you know, this Bohm here, he's been able to find the end zone 3 times this season, amounting to about 232 yards receiving. So another weapon that they have who will really also have to look at throughout this game. He really knows what he's doing, and it might be someone that, you know, could be a sleeper in this game, that's for sure.
No, he's a big target at 6'1", and as we mentioned at the beginning of our telecast, Crocus Plains does have some weapons on offense. They can run the football. They can also pass, and their passer, Sam Essler, has thrown for more yards than any other quarterback in this division. That said, they're 1-4. They give up a lot of points. And as you look at the Elmwood, we've talked a lot about their offense, but Nathan Falk's defense, you know, for a team that's vying for first place, they have given up a fairly significant amount of points. Corey, on defense, their defense is ranked about 6th in the conference, so it's been pretty ordinary. They bend, they don't break very often, but they do give up some points.
And that's why I was quite surprised with Coach Falk's decision to go on that third down, because to start the game off, just giving momentum over to Crocus, you know, if Crocus is to go down and score here, you know, that momentum shifts right over to their side, and that's nothing that Coach Falk wants to begin this game, that's for sure.
Well, Crocus got a pretty decent spot on the play and just has a first down, so they'll keep this drive going. Early in the first quarter of our high school rivalry, Crocus Plains of Brandon in white, Elmwood in the dark colors. Essler keeps on the play, and gets 2 to 3 yards moving forward.
Essler showing that he can do pretty much about anything, you know, through the air and on the ground. He calls his own number there, and what a call that was, amounting to about almost 5 yards.
Essler, decent size, a grade 11 student, 5'11", 200 pounds. Gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. And they swing it out to their back, Keel, and he has a first down and more inside the 10-yard line. So a couple of first downs for Crocus Plains, and they're knocking on the door early. And here's another look at that swing pass.
It looks like here that Elmwood's linebacker is just not getting out to the running back as quickly as possible, and having that running back taking it to the side there, looks like he gained a ton of yards.
A fresh set of downs for Crocus Plains. They're scrimmaging from Elmwood's 8-yard line. Mike Beauregard, Corey Weir, Mike Valente, and our Shaw crew. Pleased to be bringing you high school rivalry from Investors Group Field here in Winnipeg. First down, Crocus Plains. Essler keeps again, has some room, and gets down to the 1, pretty close to the goal line there.
We've seen Essler call his number twice already in this game, and it's very, you know, not very normal to see a team that relies so heavily on their quarterback to go up the gut like that is, but it looks like Essler is not afraid.
2nd and goal. Flags on the play as Essler keeps for the score. So it's a touchdown for Crocus Plains, and suddenly things get interesting very early in the game. A turnover on downs by Elmwood, and the Plainsmen take advantage.
Yeah, like I said, Mike, I didn't agree with the call on 3rd down that Coach Falk did there, and it turns out to be a touchdown for Crocus, and it looks like all the momentum is in their side going forth.
Well, there's plenty of time remaining, and Elmwood has proven to have a pretty decent offense. In fact, the top-rated offense in the conference. Point after is good from Michael Olive. 7-0 for Crocus Plains of Brandon. Still in the playoff hunt with a 1-4 record. And as we mentioned, Elmwood with a victory can tie River East for first place with a head-to-head battle next week in the final week of the regular season.
You know, it's great seeing Essler, the way that he controls this offense, not afraid to go up the gut, not afraid to call his own number, and look at what that turns out to be is a touchdown for Crocus. So it'll be interesting to see how Elmwood responds to this, and going forward, you know, seeing what this offense can do.
Kickoff by Olive, gets past Proden into the end zone.
Oh, wow.
He's going to run it out and may have gotten to the 5-yard line there, 5 or 6 yard line. So the Giants will start deep in their own territory.
What a great kick by Crocus there, being able to pin him into the end zone and then having him bring it out. You know, Elmwood's got a big stretch of field here to get to the end zone.
Let's go downstairs to Mike Valente.
Sam Essler, it's 7-0. How important was it to get that early lead?
Very important. For most of the first half of the season, we're all slow first halves, and we're just working on energetic on the first half there. Get a good push up front. It's all working out perfectly right now.
What's the emotion like here on the sideline?
It's very nice. We're all pumped to play in the stadium. Under the lights, it's the greatest feeling ever.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's Sam Essler. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're paying Mike handsomely, so we might as well put him to work. Giants gained 5, maybe 6 yards on first down there on a run by Proden, which brings up a 2nd and 4 situation. Trying to get some breathing room here. They're down 7-0 early to the Crocus Plainsmen of Brandon. Offside, Crocus Plains. First down and more for TJ Proden. My eyes aren't great, and Elmwood has dark uniforms, so I may get a few numbers wrong. TJ's not a big guy, but looks like an athlete, and his numbers indicate that he certainly warrants the accolades that he's getting.
First down.
And that'll be 1st and 10.
Elmwood's only loss this season was in week 2 to Churchill, a team that has a 2-3 record, and they've run off 3 straight victories since then. They give up points, as we mentioned, but they just outscore their competitors. 1st and 10 Elmwood. McClellan looking to throw, avoids the rush. Now he dumps it off, but it's incomplete. Pass intended for Falmata Osman. And we get a look here, Corey, at John's quick feet.
You're going to see some great pressure here by Crocus. But the Elmwood quarterback's able to get away from the pressure. Unfortunately, just out of the reach of his receiver.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 situation now. Elmwood down 7-0. McClellan under wraps, dumps it off. Smart play with the rush coming on. Here's some big yardage, and to midfield, Elmwood with a big first down.
You know, I just love this kid, this Proden. He is unbelievable. Rushing, catching, he can do it all. And what a great way for McClellan to dump that ball off to him. And a huge, huge gain for Elmwood.
That's 35, I think, Ange Iridakunda.
You're right.
They've got so many weapons on offense, Corey. And a tremendous play there, I thought, by McClellan with the rush coming on.
Yeah, back-to-back pressure by Crocus, and McClellan showing his weight and his patience in the pocket, being able to just dump that off and turning into just an unbelievable gain for Elmwood.
Well, it's early in the game, but, you know, if you're looking for potential turning points, at least to set tones, that could be one of them. It's 2nd and 10. They could be punting right now, but suddenly they're at midfield. And they could be answering that early score from the Plainsmen. Here's Iridakunda again. Flag on the play.
Looks like it might be an illegal block there.
Legal block. Elmwood 36, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Second penalty against the Giants in this game. And it probably cost them about 30 or 40 yards there.
Yeah, that's a costly
where
penalty.
they were.
Yeah, and you know what? It goes to show, though, the running attack of Elmwood and how successful they are running the ball. Without that penalty there at the end, that would have been a first down for Elmwood. So
Giants scrimmaging from their 45. They work the end around and gain 5, maybe 6 yards. Sean Neal. So the Giants distributing the ball to different weapons here.
A little misdirection here to cause some confusion, but you know, Crocus is on that. They were able to see that from the backfield and penetrate as quickly as possible.
Another flag down.
Elmwood 89. That penalty's declined. Second down.
Just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Second down situation, ball's in the air, and it's in and out of the hands of Alain Baraka.
What a great throw there by McClellan, really putting it on the line for him. Just a little bit through his hands there, and would have helped for a big gain, that's for sure. Alain Baraka doesn't do that very often. He's Elmwood's leading receiver with 7 catches, 179 yards, and a touchdown. So
the Giants will have to punt. Colton Swallow with the return. The Plainsmen will have fairly decent field position. They scored on their first possession. If you're just joining us, a turnover on downs early by Elmwood. And the Plainsmen had a 6-play drive that took them into the end zone. They have an early 7-0 lead. Riley Keel, gain of 5. Plainsmen won their first game of the season, a victory over their Brandon rival Vincent Massey, but since then 4 consecutive losses, including a 34-9 defeat at the hands of Steinbach last week. 2nd and 5, and they'll be short of the first down. Nice tackle there on the ball carrier, Dakota Richard.
And you can hear the Plainsman coach yelling, "Get up the field." It looked like Richard just about got to the side here, and we're going to see a replay of Richard dragging to the right side. But the Elmwood defender gets up, makes a great tackle, and that makes it 3rd down.
I think that was Riley Tugas, and that'll force Crocus to punt. Michael Olive, decent punt. Taken just inside the 30 by Sean Neal.
He's going to get no yards on this. It's going to be a costly penalty, as it's going to be about 15 yards from the spot.
Crocus number 24. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Giants' 3rd possession of the game, down 7-0. Mike Beauregard, Corey Weir, Mike Valente, in Winnipeg for high school rivalry. Lots of room there for TJ Proden. Big first down inside Crocus Plains territory. And they're just going to have to try to contain that run to the outside, I think, Corey.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy. You see here Proden taking the ball to the right side and him just dipping and diving for a huge gain, dragging a couple Plainsmen with him to get to the 43 here.
Proden is averaging over 11 yards a carry. That's a first down every time he touches the football. And there he is again, gaining at least 5.
What amazes me about Proden is you see he gets tackled there, or he gets hit, behind the line of scrimmage, but he just keeps going and picks up a huge 5 yards on first down for Elmwood. Just an unbelievable play, and not one that'll probably be recognized all that much as we look back on this game, but doing all the right things that he needs to be doing.
And when you pick up 850 yards in just 5 games, the guys up front are doing the job as well. 2nd and 4, McClellan keeps, has the first down, and slides inside the Crocus Plains 30.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing both quarterbacks calling their own number here. McClellan doing it himself here, and great blocking up front, slides down for the first down, and Elmwood charging up the field.
First down Giants, TJ Proden, huge hole, and he's inside the 10.
You know, we didn't see much of TJ Proden on the first drive, but looking back here at the replay, my goodness, they need to keep handing the ball off to this kid. He just knows what he's doing. He's hitting the right holes, and a big part of why Elmwood is charging up the field here.
Yeah, there was a huge hole there. You could have driven a Buick through there. 1st and 10 Elmwood from the Crocus Plains 10-yard line. Proden gets the ball again, has lots of room, goes to the outside, and it's a touchdown for the Elmwood Giants.
Well, Mike, if I was a betting man, in which I'm not, I would have said the ball was going back to Proden again for what he's done on this drive. Just a great eyesight of where to go, goes out to the right side there and hits Pater for Elmwood. Just an absolute great run here. The blocking was perfect, and he was able to slip into the end zone for the major, and it doesn't look like Proden's going to be stopped anytime soon.
Point after attempt is good. And I believe that's 28, Jesse Rasmussen. We're tied at 7. Let's go downstairs now to Mike Valente.
Here with TJ Proden. TJ, how did that feel to tie the game like that?
Amazing. Never felt greater.
A few great carries for you, obviously. How important was it to tie the game leading into the second quarter?
Pretty good. Pretty important. I mean, it's going to be a close game. I know that, and I just want to do my best for my team.
He's not so much speechless, just out of breath. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. It's 7-7 after a quarter of play. We're back with the second quarter in just a moment. You're watching High School Rivalry on Shaw TV.
I'm Melissa Boychuk, and I'm your personal trainer. Join us for Community Classroom, your personal trainer where I lead you through a 30-minute workout for all fitness levels. Community created on Shaw TV, Channel 9.
Crown Pro Produce Canada West football is live on Shaw. Tune in Friday, October 23rd when the high-flying UBC Thunderbirds touch down in Saskatoon for a battle with the Saskatchewan Huskies. Crown Produce, Canada West football, only on Shaw.
Hey guys, what's up?
Frank forgot to bring the ball. Sorry. So now we need something we can throw and kick that's not too big and slightly oblong.
What are you guys looking at? The least I can say, I'm naturally talented at football!
If you love the game as much as we do, go deep with the Shaw Road to the Grey Cup, with exclusive interviews, game day features, and more.
Welcome back to Investors Group Field. We've had a turnover early in the second quarter. First play of the second quarter from scrimmage. The Crocus Plainsmen have turned the ball over, fumble on the snap, and it was recovered by Elmwood. So the Giants, having just scored to tie the game, are now inside the Crocus Plains 30 with a first down and a pretty vaunted offense.
I'm sure the Elmwood Giants are hoping that TJ Proden caught his breath there at the break, because now he's right back out on the field.
And they give him the ball, and he stood up almost immediately. Might have gotten a yard on the play.
Cole Kardash with the tackle on the play, and you know, it looked like there was some daylight behind Kardash, so good for him to take down the speedy Proden.
Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Elmwood. An impressive drive the last time they had the ball. Actually had the ball fairly deep in their territory and marched down the field to tie the game at 7. McClellan gives to Proden, and the Plainsmen will have none of that.
Big number 71, Stephen Butson on the tackle. And that defensive line is maybe went into the second quarter here saying we need to do something different to stop Proden, because he was running wild.
I wouldn't want to run into Stephen Butson, 6'4", 270.
You see him wrap his arms around Proden there and basically say to him, you're not going anywhere. So big tackle, big third down. Elmwood's going to have to punt.
Jesse Rasmussen with a little pooch kick. That's fielded inside the 5. And hit hard out of bounds at around the 19 is Colton Swallow. And he felt that.
Colton Swallow did indeed feel that. He dropped the shoulder there to try to get around the corner, and as you see him limping off the field here, he got the worst of that.
Mike Beauregard, Corey Weir, and Mike Valente at Investors Group Field. A 7-7 tie between the Crocus Plains Plainsmen of Brandon and the Elmwood Giants in the dark uniforms. And we appreciate you, Corey, on short notice coming out. We gave you about, what, a full 3 hours notice to... That's the way we like to roll. Actually, we had Kelly Butler lined up, the former Bomber and NFL starter, but he wasn't able to make it out. So we really appreciate you stepping in on behalf of your role, I guess, at Football Manitoba. And what do you do there?
I'm the communications coordinator for Football Manitoba. So anyone that you know, asks for interviews, things like that, I'm the guy to set that up. And you know what? I appreciate you guys giving me a call and bringing me out. Hopefully I can do Kelly Butler proud.
And what does football in Manitoba look like right now?
Well, it looks exactly like what we're looking at here. Some stiff competition. You know, a lot of kids doing great things, making great plays, and you know, it's great to see. You know, a lot of sportsmanship here with both teams, and just looking down at the Plainsmen, you know, bench and things like that. They're excited to be here, and that's you know, it's great to see.
We have a player being helped off the field. Let's go downstairs and get an update from Mike Valente. Mike?
Yeah, just a quick update for you. Colton Swallow came limping off the field a little bit, favoring his right ankle. Trainers looking at it, having trouble putting any weight down on it right now. He's still on the bench. Hopefully he can continue playing.
And that's Samson Traverse from Elmwood favoring his right leg. On second down, Essler throws, and it's complete for a huge gain to Bryce Parnetta, who we mentioned in the opening, the leading receiver in AA football, and he's suddenly led Crocus to the other side of the field.
You know, Mike, I was wondering when we were going to get a chance to call Bryce Parnetta's name here, and as we can see here on the replay, Bryce gets open downfield, and he is that downfield threat just out of the reach of the Elmwood defender, and he takes the ball down the field for a much-needed boost for Plainsman.
And a well-placed ball by Sam Essler. Crocus with a 1-4 record, but Essler is the leading passer in this division. Yards-wise, he's thrown for over 800 yards. They run the football on first down and gain about 5, close to 6 yards. So far in this game, the 1-4 team is giving the 4-1 team a pretty decent battle. And on second down, it's Riley Keel, and he'll have a first down to keep this drive alive for Crocus Plains.
Yeah, Riley Keel does a great job of just lowering his head, you know, knowing where that first down marker is and being able to stretch out the body just far enough to get the Plainsman a first down, getting into Elmwood's end here. So great play by Riley Keel.
Let's join Mike Valente. Mike?
Yeah, Samson Traverse, you mentioned coming off the field. It was actually his second time coming off the field, if you recall, being injured as well in the first quarter. Same type of issue, favoring that right ankle. There seems to be some swelling as well, but he seems to be in less pain as the Crocus Plains player. So we'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. Riley Keel on first down, picks up another 5 or 6 yards, and he runs pretty hard. 5'10", 155, so not a big guy, but he certainly lowers his head and gives defenders all they can handle.
And that's all you can ask for, right, Mike? I mean, you know, picking up 5, 6 yards a carry, that's what the Plainsmen need here, because they know they have quite the slinger in behind center there throwing the ball. So it's a two-headed monster coming out of the backfield.
Here's Keel again. Takes the swing pass. He'll be shy of the first down by at least a couple of yards, which brings up third down, and it looks like 2.5 yards. And the Plainsmen are going to go for it. And they run it to Keel. He's got the first down and then some, just outside the Elmwood 20-yard line.
What a great run by Keel here, knowing that he needs the first down. And as we see here on the replay, that offensive line opens up quite the hole for him, and he knows where he needs to be, gets the yards he gets, and first down, Plainsman.
Sam Essler, in his first year as a quarterback, keeps the ball and gets a yard. As we mentioned, fair-sized kid, 200 pounds, and he can throw the football.
You know what surprises me about this kid is this is his first year at quarterback, and he's taking this league by storm, you know, leading the league in passing yards, doing everything that a comfortable quarterback should be doing, calling his own number. The handoffs are great. He's an all-around great player.
Second and long, they run the football, but they may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That was number 7, Dakota Richard. who's normally a receiver.
Elmwood does a great job here of just stopping Richard from getting any more yards than he should be. That defense standing strong in the shadows of their goalposts, you know, stopping them for a key third down for the Plainsmen.
They're going to go after a field goal here. This is Michael Olive. This attempt from 27 yards out, and he's got plenty of leg, and it's through and good. So the Crocus Plainsmen regain the lead, now at 10-7.
What a great kick. That thing had some length to it. He probably could have hit from 30 plus out. That was a great kick by the Plainsmen.
And in high school football, it's pretty handy to have a guy with that kind of leg.
You bet.
Michael Olive, grade 12 student, 5'11", 165. Giants will scrimmage from their 35. They pass on first down, and it's almost intercepted. Let's go downstairs to Mike Valente, who's standing by with Michael Olive.
Michael Olive here, who just made the game 10-7. A great play by your quarterback to go for it on that third down. Unfortunately, didn't get all the way down the field. But what does it mean to regain the lead once again?
It means a lot going into the locker room if we keep the lead.
What's been your view from the sidelines tonight? How do you find your teammates are playing?
Good. This is probably the best offense we've played all year.
Okay, great. Thanks very much for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Michael. That was pretty insightful. They put up some good numbers, but Michael Olive felt like this is the best he's seen out of the offense. This could be a 2-and-out for Elmwood, passing on both plays. They certainly had a chance for a first down on that first play where it didn't appear as though either the defender or the receiver expected the football.
Yeah, Hunter Fisher, threw his hands up in the air there, and the ball just seemed to travel through those hands of his, and it could have went the other way for Crocus, but clearly the defense stopping them on second down now, and third down for Elmwood.
This is Jesse Rasmussen's third punt of the game. Did a good job there to pick up the football. And there's Bryce Parnetta, who just gets hammered at the 55-yard line at midfield. And I believe that was Ange Iridakunda with the hit.
Too many men, Crocus. It's a 10-yard penalty, which results in a first down, Elmwood.
Too many men penalty on the play, and you just gave the ball right back to Elmwood with a first down, and their offense comes back out onto the field.
And I'm not sure you want to do that with this offense. I mean, to be this late in the first half and have held Elmwood to just 7 points is quite an accomplishment for your defense, but they have to stay out there. They pass on first down. And a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards for Riley Tugas. John McClellan isn't the leading passer in this division. It's Sam Essler, but he leads in pass percentage completion. And he has 7 touchdowns, so he's doing something right. and seems to be completely in charge of this offense.
Yeah, that was a very high percentage throw as well, you know, along the line of scrimmage there, and the receiver was able to slip a tackle and get upfield.
Elmwood's called a timeout, and here's a look at Samson Traverse getting that ankle taped up. We had a shot of him being helped off the field about 5 minutes ago. So it looks like he's coming back in. And that's got to be good news for Elmwood. He's a fair size and a big contributor. 17-year-old. Riley Tugas picked up 9 yards on that passing play from John McClellan. 2nd and 1 for Elmwood. Down 10-7 in a high school rivalry game. TJ Proden has the football, gets a first down. And we have another player down, a Crocus Plainsman. And that's 36, Hunter Fisher.
What a great job here by Crocus's defender coming in, holding the contain on Proden, pushing him back into the middle here. And number 1, Seth Black, is going to make the tackle. All 140 pounds of him is going to make sure that the speedy Proden doesn't go anywhere.
Well, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in high school football. The second last week of the regular season. As we mentioned, River East, the only undefeated team in this division, lost last night. So they're now at 5-1. So if Elmwood can win this game, they will move into a tie for first place with them, with a first place battle looming next week. In the AAA division, the John Potter division, it's St. Paul's leading the way there with a 5-0 record. In the A division, the Andy Curry division, there's a 3-way tie for first between Lorette, Dryden, and Beaver Bray out of Kenora. And so far, the class of the junior varsity division is Vincent Massey of Winnipeg. So lots of high school football being played. It really has enjoyed a resurgence. There was a time when, you know, they were down to just probably half the number of teams they have now. So a tremendous job by high school football and provincial football and the programs that you have being ran in your office, Corey.
Yeah, and a big, high five there to Commissioner Rick Hankowicz. He's been the driving force behind bringing the high school league to what it is. So, you know, he's been very influential in why the high school league is what it is today.
First down for Elmwood. And the pass is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver there.
It looked like McClellan just got a little too excited, just threw it just a tad bit over the head of the receiver. But it would have been a great grab here by 82. We're going to see the replay here and see just how close that was, to 81. Good coverage, but still a makeable catch there if it's just a little bit lower. So missed opportunity.
Pass intended there for Falmata Osman. 2nd and 10. And McClellan's going to pass again. He goes back to the far side, and it's caught. Tremendous catch and a touchdown for number 82, Alain Baraka. And he basically just either outreached or took it out of the hands of the defender. We'll have to take another look, and my mistake, it's 32, and that's Sean Neal out of the backfield. I'm old, and those numbers are tricky from a distance.
You're going to see a blown coverage here by the cornerback. He goes up just a little too early, just out of the reach, and what a great way to stand up there. That was quite the circus catch to take it into the end zone.
So that penalty on that punt, that no yards penalty, proved pretty costly because it led to an Elmwood touchdown.
It's amazing because Sean Neal, who's the running back, he's ran 27 times, 258 yards, and 4 touchdowns. You know, running out of the backfield and catching a receiving touchdown there. You know, they just have quite the force in the backfield, and you know, it's no wonder that they're 4-1 because that running game mixed with their passing game is just unreal.
Well, you don't want to open the door for this offense too many times. If you're Crocus Plains, the reverse. Cordell Chartrand almost gets it to the 30. So half decent field position for the Plainsmen.
Great little reverse there in the backfield, or in the back row, being able to get a few extra yards there, and a little confusion on Elmwood part.
Crocus scored on their first possession of the game. Touchdown by their quarterback, Sam Essler. They've added a field goal from Michael Olive to make up their 10 points. They're down now 14-10. Essler's going to throw, wobbly pass, and it's almost caught near center field, in and out of the arms of number 86, Larson Nelson.
Well, Mike, it looks like Essler gets hit as he's throwing here to cause that wobbly throw, but still in the hands. Should have been a caught pass there, and we're looking at a long second.
Elmwood with a 3-man front this time, showing blitz. Here's Riley Keel. And he gains maybe 5 yards on the play, but that'll bring up 3rd down. Mike Valente has an injury update. Mike?
Hunter Fisher of the Crocus Plains Plainsman on the sidelines right now with an ice pack on his neck. He seems to be stretching it out, so we'll see if he makes it back out on the field. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. And he was injured on the running play by TJ Proden. And let's hope that that he's okay. It's been a tough game so far. We've had a number of players walk off gingerly. Plainsmen have to punt here. And some flags on the play, some early movement.
Has been quite an aggressive game, that's for sure.
There's Hunter Fisher.
Number 1, it's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Probably not the way Hunter wants to get on television, but he'll take it.
He'll take
TV
it.
time is good.
You bet.
Yeah, great experience for both teams, Corey, to be out here at Investors Group Field. And here's Michael Olive. Pretty decent punt to center field, gets a bad bounce. And a flag is thrown, obviously. So Elmwood's going to have pretty decent field position with a 14-10 lead. And we've got about 1:17 left in the first half. Stay tuned for our halftime show. We'll have highlights and interviews.
Lots of time on the clock for Elmwood to do something here. They're already up 14-10. Like you said, the Plainsmen did a great job of keeping them to within reaching distance. It'll be interesting to see how they respond here after going 2 and out.
Elmwood with touchdowns from TJ Proden and Sean Neal. Looking to add to their lead. They go to the air. And the pass is just out of the reach of Riley Tugas. So they're certainly mixing it up.
Yeah, you know, and some of these passes are right on the money, it seems, and just a little bit of hand fighting there, and you know, a little bit of an overthrow, but for the most part, McClellan's been able to put a lot of these passes on the money for his receivers to do some things here.
And we saw that on their last possession with a long touchdown pass to Sean Neal. 2nd and 10 Giants, and they blow the play down.
Procedure, Elmwood 67, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Miles Sinclair with the infraction. Sorry, Miles. That'll make it 2nd and 15. Just over a minute left in the first half. Been a pretty good game, our high school rivalry. Crocus Plains came in here with 1 win and 4 losses, but they've put up a pretty good fight thus far against a team that has a chance to grab a share of first place in the Cass-Vedrick division. Early motion, looked like the Plainsmen were offside. So they'll perhaps trade these yards.
Looks like there's been a few flags thrown here recently, but definitely another infraction on the play.
Legal procedure, Elmwood 62, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
So back-to-back procedure calls against Elmwood. Obviously drawing the Plainsmen offside on that play. It's 2nd and 20 now. It looks like about 40 from my vantage point. They may need to go to the air, the Giants will, undoubtedly. And they don't. They give to TJ Proden, and the Plainsmen weren't going to be fooled. And that's big number 92, Stephen Fawcett, 6'5", 285. Whew. That's not a good night when you have to run into him.
The Plainsmen just continue to try to stack that front there, and every once in a while they're going to get through and grab Proden. But some big boys up front here for the Plainsmen, and like you said, Mike, not a fun day when you get taken down by him.
Well, Crocus has a history of producing big boys, and specifically offensive lineman Landon Rice, who's in the CFL right now, played at the U of M. He's a Crocus Plains graduate. Derek Scholdice, former Bomber, Edmonton Eskimo, and Kevin Boyd, who is the head coach, obviously, of the Plainsmen. He was drafted by the Edmonton Eskimos and played at Minot State. And they're all bigger than me.
That's not too difficult, Mike.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing out there in Brandon, but you might need to take some tips there from the coaches, maybe help you out a bit.
You know what I think I should do, Corey, is I should have the water from Brandon imported into the city for me, along with whatever they're eating out there.
Exactly.
They also produce some pretty good hockey players. Ooh, just getting it away is Jesse Rasmussen. Ball is bobbled, but recovered by the Plainsmen. And that could have been trouble with just 53 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you see Colton Swallow coming off, wondering what just hit me. Well, Colton, that was another one of your players. You know, a little bit of miscommunication there, and it could have turned out to be a lot worse than what it was, that's for sure. But Plainsmen end up with the ball here on their 38.
They're down by 4, 14-10. As the first half closes, Essler's going to throw, goes to the near sideline, and the pass is complete to the leading receiver in AA football, Bryce Parnetta. And Bryce is close to a first down. He'll be a couple of yards short.
It's funny because he makes it look so easy here, but it's not an easy throw to make, throwing cross body to his receiver there, Bryce Parnetta, but Parnetta makes it look easy by hauling it in for the 8-yard gain.
And a good tackle by Jaden Block to prevent Crocus from getting the first down. Second and a couple. They're going to throw, and the pass is very nearly intercepted. Intended for Parnetta.
It was a nice throw here from Essler to Parnetta again, and just out of the reach of the defender. If the Plainsmen are going to want to do something here, they got about 27 seconds, so they're going to want to make a good move here to get down the field.
Isaiah Beardy stepping up there and almost picking that ball off. They're going to go for it on third down, and they will not get the first down. Riley Keel is wrapped up almost immediately, and the Plainsmen turn the ball over with 21 seconds left in the first half, and the ball at their 45-yard line. So Elmwood with some time to work and a 14-10 lead.
You saw Riley Keel come off here, yelling at himself, but that was just a great play by the Elmwood defender, being able to stick with him, saw that was where the ball was going to be going, and draped all over him before he has a chance to get to that first down marker.
McClellan gives to TJ Proden. And he'll get about 3 yards on the play. By and large, I think with the exception of maybe that one drive, Crocus Plains has actually done a pretty good job of containing TJ Proden, despite, the fact that, yes, he will get loose occasionally, and has in this game, but they haven't done a bad job.
No, they have not, and containing is exactly it. If Proden was able to get to the outside there and get out of bounds, that would have been the better play to stop the clock, but...
2nd and 7.
Oh.
That pass may have been forwarded beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you're going to see a little razzle-dazzle play here. It always seems to come near the end of this first half and the end of the game here, but a little underhand throw for a few more yards, but probably not what the Elmwood Giants wanted on that one.
Sean Neal actually looked like he was going to throw there for a second, but that was the last play of the first half. 14-10 is the score, and your impressions very quickly, Corey, of the first half.
Well, like you had said earlier there, TJ Proden, besides that one drive there, Crocus has been able to make some adjustments and make sure that he's not, running all over them like he did in that touchdown drive. But another thing that I really like is the quarterback for Elmwood there, number 15, John McClellan, really comes into this game not the highest, yards, but able to show his athleticism, stand firm in the pocket and be able to throw some of these throws that, makes him look like he should be up there in the yards department. And this is just a great game between two teams that are quite far apart in the standings, but you wouldn't know it by the score here at half.
All right, we're expecting a similar second half, a close and well-played football. Your score is 14-10. Elmwood leads Crocus Plains of Brandon. We're back with much more of our high school rivalry in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Shaw TV presents 2 weekends of curling live from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba. The Canadiens Men's Classic begins Sunday, October 18th, with the final match on Monday at 6 p.m. The Canadiens Women's Classic begins Saturday, October 24th. Catch the action live from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba, exclusively on Shaw TV and Shaw Direct, Channel 299.
Hey.
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 Hey. Hey, hey, hey.
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 Hey, looks like you have time. Take a 2-minute test and find out your risk of getting type 2 diabetes.
At halftime, it's 14-10 for the Elmwood Giants. We're joined by the commissioner of the WHSFL right now, Rick Henkwich. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Mike, my pleasure. Thanks very much for having me.
So our Shaw TV cameras show up today, and it's a big surprise for both teams. How do you think they've enjoyed themselves, and how have you enjoyed yourself?
I think the teams really enjoyed it. We kept it a little bit of a secret, wanted them not to know until your cameras went into the dressing rooms, and that was awesome for the kids. Me, I'm always enjoying myself. I'm a lucky guy. I get to watch this stuff every day.
Speaking of great things, the North Winnipeg Nomads and the WHSFL raised close to $3,000 about 2.5 weeks ago with that game against Sisler and Garden City. Tell us more about the Never Alone Foundation, which is the money that was raised for that organization.
Never Alone Foundation was started by Lyle Bauer, the former GM and player of the Bombers. And it started when Lyle had gotten cancer and just the way he felt, and he just vowed that no one else would feel that way ever again. So he started Never Alone Foundation, and what they do is a lot of work in helping places that deal with cancer patients. Not so much in the fighting of the cancer, but dealing with the cancer patients, hospices and things like that. So we've been talking with them, and we just decided that game would be a benchmark game for us, and it turned out to be an amazing night. You're right, almost $3,000. I think the final total was $2,977.
Yes.
Something like that, and it was great. And so tonight we decided to do round 2 over at Eastside with the Kildonan East game against St. Paul's AA, and we're going again with that same principle, and Never Alone Foundation's out there.
It's money for a great cause, absolutely. As the commissioner of the league, Rick, what do you think the biggest strengths of the league are and the biggest challenges? What are the biggest things for you?
The biggest strengths, quite honestly, our players, our coaches, the foundation of the league. I mean, this league is 70, well, actually, I think 80 years old now. And that alone in itself is a strength. The growth of the league has been phenomenal. Coaching is second to none anywhere in the country. As you've seen in the last couple of years, and this is a stat that I'm very proud of, is we've put more number 1 picks into the CFL than any other high school league in the country at this point. So that's a great testament to our football. The challenges that are facing us right now are lack of facilities. We are desperately in need of lighted facilities.
You're a big proponent of that. Yeah.
Very much so. We need lighted facilities. We need artificial turf. We are a league that is governed by natural light.
Yes.
And that is really hard. We had a game yesterday called in the third quarter that had implications on the standings, but we had a couple of injuries. It suffered a delay, and therefore that game was called at the end. You know, I think there's about 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in that effort. It's very important, as you say.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is a start of something maybe bigger for the league. We appreciate your time as always. Thank you very much, Rick.
Thank you very much.
We're going to go to a great piece right now. Defensive back of the University of Manitoba Bisons, Tyler Fong, had a great scare this past May. Here's his story now.
As soon as I realized that I was falling, I thought I was dead.
On a Sunday afternoon in May, defensive back for the University of Manitoba Bisons, Tyler Fong, set out on a hike northwest of his hometown in Victoria, BC. His good friend and former Bisons linebacker Andrew Johnston was with him when they reached the crest of a waterfall. And as soon as the words "watch your step" were spoken, Tyler, close to the edge, slipped on a wet rock and plummeted 156 feet.
As soon as I realized that I was falling, it wasn't a lot of thought. It was just like an eerie calmness that was going through my mind. Obviously, I was scared. I thought I was dead. Had no idea it was at the bottom, so it felt like a lifetime, really.
Yeah.
They told me it'd be like 3-4 seconds to make it from the top to the bottom, but definitely did not feel that way. The thought process felt like I had so much time to think.
As Tyler rapidly dropped through the air, his instinct took over as he managed to flip his body around mid-flight, preventing him from landing headfirst in an attempt to lower the risk of serious injury and perhaps save his life.
I blacked out when I hit the water and regained conscious underneath. Swimming up felt like a long time too. Finally got out of the water and kind of shock and panic. Shocked that I was still alive, panicking to make sure I don't drown.
His friend Andrew as well in pure disbelief that Tyler had remarkably survived the horrendous fall.
Actually, checked myself over at first, and I felt like I was okay to walk and drive home. So I was pretty determined to make it out there myself. As I started walking towards my car, I kind of started feeling the full effects of my injuries. Got to my car and realized that I shouldn't be driving and I should probably go to the hospital, so that's when we called 911.
Intercepted by Tyler Fong.
Tyler's injuries were a broken rib, a punctured lung, and a dislocated toe, but he was alive. Now, is it true that one of the first questions you asked your doctor was, how quick can I get back on the field?
That was probably the first question.
In a matter of only 3 months, Tyler's body completely healed. In fact, the only evidence of the fall is tattooed on his body. May 17th, 2015. Tyler got himself back in shape and made it to opening day of Bison's training camp.
I got nominated as a captain, so big leadership role. So I just want to do the best I can, leading my team and putting ourselves in the best position we can to win a national championship. It's such a big part of my life.
Now back to normal life on the football field, Tyler feels he has been enlightened and offers a great perspective.
Just to never take anything for granted, and you never know when your last moment's going to be, and be careful of waterfalls.
Here with coach of the Elmwood Giants, Nathan Falk. Nathan, there are 7 teams in the WHSFL that have a 4-1 record coming into tonight. Your team is one of them. What's the biggest takeaway for you from the first half?
Well, we're outsized, so we're going to have to use our speed and misdirection to get around some of their monsters out there.
Shaw TV cameras are here tonight, a bit of a different atmosphere, obviously. How have the players reacted to that?
Oh, I think they were excited. We didn't tell them until right before the game, and their eyes lit up a little bit, and I think that excited them quite a bit.
2 big players for you in the first half, TJ Proden and Sean Neal. Maybe a quick comment on them?
Yeah, I mean, that's the speed we were talking about. TJ's ran the ball real well, and Sean had that nice catch there where we got the big touchdown. And I mean, yeah, we're going to have to get a lot more of that.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate your time. Cool. Back upstairs to Mike Beauregard and Corey Weir.
All right, thanks, Mike. And it's time to take a look, Corey, at a few first half highlights. 14-10 is the score. Elmwood over Crocus Plains of Brandon, and it's the visitors from Brandon who score first on a turnover on downs.
Just calling his own play here, Essler, right into the end zone.
And here's TJ Proden, the fine running back from Elmwood from 10 yards out. And that made the score 7-7. And then this pass and run to Sean Neal.
Unbelievable catch here by Sean Neal, and dipping and diving into the end zone after a circus catch over the defender. What an unbelievable catch.
So the team with 4 wins, 1 loss is up only by 14-10 against a team coming in at 1-4. We're looking forward to our second half, and hopefully it's as exciting as the first half here at Investors Group Field. Elmwood with a chance to tie River East for first place in the Cass Vidrick division with a win here, but there's lots of football left. And there's Nathan Falk.
I like what Nathan said there at the half with saying, that we just got to beat them with our speed.
All right, let's go downstairs to Mike Valente, who's standing by with Kevin Boyd.
Kevin Boyd is here, absolutely, head coach of the Crocus Plains Plainsmen. What was the message in the locker room heading into the second half?
Keep playing tough. This is one of the best halves I've seen the kids play. Just finish your blocks, finish your tackles. Give that little extra inch. Give that little bit of extra effort.
We're playing under the lights tonight. Obviously, our Shaw TV cameras are here. How have your players reacted to that? It's a bit of a Friday Night Lights feel right now.
I think they're quite enjoying it. You know, a new experience for a lot of the kids. So I think they're having a lot of fun with it.
It was a really rough first half, too. A couple injuries on both sides. How is your team feeling?
They're doing good. Yeah, we haven't got any big injuries now. So
you're all healthy.
Yep.
Good to hear. That's the status report. Thanks very much for your time, Kevin. Back to you guys.
We spoke to Kevin Boyd before the game. He's a big man. He's much like his players. Actually, Kevin, as we mentioned earlier, was drafted by the Edmonton Eskimos, and you heard Nathan Falk talk about being outsized by such a big team. So Crocus giving Elmwood all they can handle here. They run the ball, the Plainsmen do on first down, but there's not much room there for Riley Keel.
You have to wonder what is rubbing off on the players from Coach Kevin Boyd. They're, you know, having the pass protection of that offensive line and the defensive line. You know, being able to get into the backfield and stuff the runners. It's you know, he's probably teaching them the right things, I think. Hey, Mike?
I would think so. This does not look like a 1-4 team, I can tell you that much. 2nd and 8. Essler throws, but it's picked off at midfield by Elmwood. So an early turnover here in the second half.
Essler has a lot of yards, but also he, with a lot of pass attempts, becomes a lot more opportunity to throw interceptions. That's his 10th on the season, and gives Elmwood decent field position to start here.
That's Wally Lawal with the interception.
I turned around. I know, I turned around.
And so Elmwood with an early turnover. Scrimmages from midfield. John McClellan goes to the air as an open receiver, and it's complete for big yardage to Falmata Osmond, who's factored into several plays tonight for the Giants.
Just another great play here by the quarterback, number 15, John McClellan. And heads-up play for the receiver to stop, turn around, and really get himself positioned in between two defenders to get up and bring that ball down.
Yeah, well-placed ball by McClellan. Now here's TJ Proden, and he's hit hard after a gain of about 2 yards. He's had some big gains in this game, but I think the Plainsmen have focused in on him quite well.
It's that size that Coach Nathan Falk was talking about at the half there, the size versus the speed, and it looks like size won there. Watching the replay here, Proden takes the ball up the middle, but the linebacker cleans him out for a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9. McClellan's going to throw. He's on the run as an open receiver, and it's a first down for the Giants. And some yards after the play by number 35, Ange Iradakunda. And my apologies to Ange. Flag is down on the play. That's not the first touch of the game for Ange either. And they're sorting this out.
The officials having a long discussion about this flag thrown.
Ineligible man downfield, Elmwood 57. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Wow. Well, Mike, that's going to negate just a great play by Elmwood. You know, Iridaconda seeing that his quarterback in despair and rolling out to the right side there, he decides to kind of get towards the sideline, and he was wide open for the first down. But now it's, you know, second and looking at about 16, 17 yards here.
Saw another good example there of John McClellan's mobility, throwing on the run. It's not that we expected Elmwood to run all night, but we've certainly seen more passing, I think, than we expected. So it's second and a bunch. They run the football, and there's lots of room. That's Sean Neal. Certainly won't get the first down, but gives the Giants a much better field position. Neal's touchdown late in the first half gave the Giants the lead they have. They're up 14-10.
You know, and the secret to being a great running back, following your blocks, and coming out of the backfield here, he gets a few blocks, makes a couple moves here, and definitely puts the Elmwood team here in great field position. About 3rd and 7.
And they're going for it. From the Plainsman 33-yard line, McClellan keeps, avoids that first tackle, has some room to the sideline, but they close on him pretty fast, and he's brought down by Brody Morgan.
Some flags on the play here after the hit.
Unnecessary roughness, Crocus 35, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's a costly penalty.
Yeah. Coach Boyd probably isn't too happy about that, but moving the chains for Elmwood.
That would have given the Plainsmen the football. And instead, it's a first down for Elmwood from the 15. And they're in for the score. So quite a turn of events here in the third quarter. A touchdown from Ange Iridacunda has increased Elmwood's lead, now at 20-10 with the point after coming. Jesse Rasmussen in the game, and he just gets it through to make it 21-10 Elmwood. So a penalty extends this drive, and here's the touchdown, Corey.
What a great play here by Iridacunda, just following his blocks up the middle, not afraid to bust it up the middle there. The size of Crocus not scaring Elmwood as he goes and hits pay dirt for Elmwood, making the score 21-10.
Colton Swallow takes it to the outside, and a decent return to around the 45-yard line. Plainsmen have some work to do now, down 21-10.
Yeah, very nice return by Colton Swallow. If you're just joining us, he got injured in the first half. Obviously, his presence is much appreciated at this point, bringing his team up to their 43 and giving Crocus a decent field position to start this drive.
Plainsmen threw an interception on their first possession of the second half. Here's Essler keeping himself. Not much room, though. Maybe a gain of 2. This has been a game of breaks. Early on, there was a turnover on downs by Elmwood, which led to Crocus's first score. And then there was a penalty that extended a drive for Elmwood, and that led to the Sean Neal touchdown. Incomplete pass from Essler on second down. And then we saw an interception just a few minutes ago, and then a penalty that extended that drive that led to Elmwood's most recent touchdown. So
yeah, Elmwood doing everything right here on defense, forcing that 2-and-out. Essler, chipped in a little bit there by overthrowing his receiver, but Elmwood's showing that they can stop this team, and this is the time to do it, because they'd like to get ahead in this game, which they're up right now 21-10, but I'm sure Coach Nathan Falk would like a little higher lead.
A high punt from Michael Olive, and a decent return here. They could turn out to be a big play. And a really good return from Jesse Rasmussen, who does the kicking as well for the Giants. And here's another look at that return.
Yeah, where have you seen before a kicker with this kind of return? My goodness, just being able to have the great vision, take off of a couple tackles there, and split up the left-hand side here. Just a couple men to beat, but it's pulled down, giving Elmwood great field position to start this drive.
Let's go downstairs now to Mike Valente as Elmwood is picking up momentum. Mike?
Elmwood is definitely picking up the momentum, Mike. Here with Andrew Radnakuda, who made it 21-10. What did you see on that scoring play?
You're on the field!
He's on the field. Let's get him in there.
I think that's going to make the blooper reel. What do you think, Corey?
Well, I don't think these guys are used to sideline interviews, but he's able to get back out there with his team.
There's a flag on the play, perhaps for not enough men. I'm not sure. But our apologies to the Giants. We're trying to get as many players on camera as we can. Yeah, we're definitely seeing a shift in momentum here. Crocus with just a field goal in the second quarter. And then so far here in the third quarter, they've just been shut down.
Unnecessary roughness, Elmwood 32, leading with the head. Second down.
Well, I'm sure that's not going to make Coach Nathan Falk any more happy than he was there, making sure his player was back out on the field in mid-interview, but looks like everything's straightened out here and ready for second down, or excuse me, first down.
Well, they've adjusted the score clock. It's second and almost 20 yards for Elmwood. The blitz is coming. They had something set up there, but just could not complete the pass to Iridakunda.
Yeah, and you see Cole Kardash take a huge hit at the end of the play there. Let's hope he's all right. Another Plainsman down, though, on the play.
Cody Moz, another big boy. 6 feet, 240.
Well, like you said earlier, Mike, you said this was a very physical game, and it's keeping that reputation as we get here into the second half. With number 60 down here, like you said, big boy, and it's that size of Crocus that seems to be testing Elmwood.
Well, I'm just going through their roster, and I'll just go through numbers 60 to 75 on their roster, okay? 240 pounds, 270, 290, 300, 270, 220. That's just going through 5 or 6 players without missing one on their roster. So some tremendous size and some guys with university football potential. Cody Maus is one of them. Another is Logan Boyd, the son of head coach Kevin Boyd. He's listed at 290. He's an offensive lineman, and he may follow in his dad's footsteps and play some college ball down south.
Looks like they're bringing out the cart here for Cody Maus.
And let's hope it isn't anything too serious. He's favoring his right leg. Gives us a chance to take a breather. We'll be back in just a moment with more of the third quarter. 21-10 is the score. Elmwood leads Crocus Plains.
WHL hockey is live on Shaw. Watch Wednesday, October 28th, when the Lethbridge Hurricanes storm into the Coliseum for a big battle with the Vancouver Giants. Levitt Machinery WHL hockey, only on Shaw.
Hello. It's important that all Manitobans know the 5 sudden warning signs of a stroke: weakness, trouble speaking, vision problems, headache, and dizziness. Stroke is a medical emergency. Recognize the signs and react by calling 911 or your local emergency number. Someone's life could be in your hands. For more information, visit heartandstroke.mb.ca.
Welcome back to our high school rivalry game. Crocus Plains of Brandon in white trailing Elmwood 21-10. They've had back-to-back 2-and-outs here to start the third quarter. Let's see what they can do on this drive. That's Riley Keel, and he's going nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 before being wrapped up by the Giants, who have really taken over this game. This is the 6th week of high school football in the AA division. Elmwood with a 4-1 record, trying to improve to 5-1 and grab a share of first place. Essler goes to the air, has a receiver, but it's behind his intended target, Alain. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Trevin Prince Richard.
Yeah, it looks like Essler wanted to go back shoulder on his receiver, and you know, he was just able to reposition himself while the ball was in the air, but a little too late to get the ball there.
Michael Olive in to punt. So 3 consecutive 2-and-outs for the Plainsmen. Another decent punt. And there's just nowhere to go for the Giants, as they'll scrimmage from their 35. That was Jesse Rasmussen. And he's a pretty busy player for the Giants.
Some of the punts we're seeing here from Crocus, I think, is in large part to the score right now. I mean, being able to punt the ball deep into their zone at this level is quite the feat. And you know, Elmwood's pushed to start in their zone on their 37 from here.
John McClellan, and the pass is picked off. It was tipped, and it's scooped up by the Plainsman. Big number 59, Gary Gibbons. And suddenly a break for the Plainsmen. They'll have the ball just outside the Elmwood 40.
Yeah, what a read here by the linebacker, being able to see where this ball's going. A little bit of a tip drill for the defender. And Plainsmen get the interception and start on the 40.
Riley Keel has a bit of room. A gain of about 5.
decision. You got to remember, if you don't have the pressure up front, that bad decision doesn't get made. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Coach for the Plainsmen there saying, you know, the pressure, and that's what we saw early in the first half was, you know, the Plainsmen putting that pressure on the line, on the running back, and getting in the backfield quite quickly. So you bet, Coach, that is what makes those plays.
2nd and 5, they give to Keel, avoids a tackle, but he's not going to get to the first down marker. He's going to be about 2, maybe 3 yards short. And some decisions to make.
Nice pass here out to Keel, who seems to be doing everything now. And but Elmwood's gang tackling is something that's just been getting better and better as the game went on, being able to bring another defender, a couple defenders into the tackle, and getting him down in ample time.
They're going to go for it on 3rd down and 2, and it appears as though Essler has the first down easily. He's a fair-sized kid, as we mentioned, and keeps himself for a first down inside the Elmwood 30. Had the first touchdown of this game. Elmwood scored on their first possession as a result of a turnover by Elmwood. Actually had the lead until midway through the 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Essler throws, has a target. That's Parnetta. Bryce Parnetta, the leading receiver in AA football. 21 receptions coming into this game.
Yeah, and Bryce Parnetta is the leading receiver for a reason. You know, getting that contact and being able to push his body forward for a couple extra yards. You see his teammates here congratulating him on the big pickup for him. So, you know, it's Crocus that's starting to knock on the door here to get into the end zone.
Gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4 as time winds down here in the 3rd quarter, just over 40 seconds left. They fake the run, dish it off, and that's Richard. He'll be shy of the first down. Dakota Richard, 26 catches heading into this game. It'll be 3rd down and short yardage once again. And time winding down quickly, just over 10 seconds left in the half. They get the first down.
Oh my goodness.
With, well, the clock runs out, or they stop the clock with just a second left.
What a great run by Essler there. And why not do it again?
Yeah, they seem to be having success with that play.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 3rd quarter comes to an end with the Plainsmen driving just outside the Elmwood 10-yard line. 21-10 the score, with Crocus Plains knocking on the door. We're back with the 4th quarter of our high school rivalry game in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're set for an exciting 4th quarter in our high school rivalry game, a AA battle between the Elmwood Giants and the Crocus Plains Plainsmen of Brandon. The Plainsmen in white, down 21-10, but pressing here. A 2nd and 6 situation inside the 10-yard line. This drive, a result of an interception late in that 3rd quarter. Essler's going to throw, has a receiver, and that's Richard, but a great tackle to keep him out of the end zone. And they'll be short of what would be a first down.
Yeah, what a great catch here by Richard, and just about getting into the end zone there. You can see he was not happy with himself, but it looks like the Plainsmen are getting into that Cole Essler number there, right up the middle region. So
3rd and goal, they keep. Can they get in? And they do. Just. Second touchdown of the game for Sam Essler, and the Plainsmen are back in it. 21-16 with the point after to come. Here's another look, Corey.
Yeah, and you can tell that, you know, that was probably a play that they would be going to. They saw much success with it, that whole drive there. So Essler finishing off the drive with his touchdown here, and extra point awaits.
Michael Olive, high snap, and they don't get it away. So the score stays 21-16. And we've got a game.
Do we ever? You know, what I saw a lot more of on that drive was Crocus getting back to their bread and butter, which was throwing the ball, and I think that was what was missing early on, and in that little lull of not scoring many points there. And I think that if Crocus can stick to their you know, run and gun offense, it would be the best.
Mike Valente is standing by with Sam Essler. Mike?
Sam Essler, second touchdown of the game. You guys cut the lead to 21-16. How important was it to start the fourth quarter like that?
Very important, very important. We got to start the fourth quarter going hard. We got to play till the whistle. We're a touchdown away. Just got to keep going.
Do you feel like with that play that you guys have got back the momentum a little bit?
Yeah, we do have some energy back. We're feeling it. We're missing one of our O-linemen, one of our starters, one of our seniors, but we're just keep pushing. Great job by the grade 10 there.
Appreciate your time, Sam. Thanks very much. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, thanks, Mike. Certainly an impressive drive from the Plainsmen as they intercepted a pass late in the third quarter and took it in there early in this fourth quarter. 21-16. They led this game until midway through the second quarter, and then Elmwood just seemed to take over. And here are the Giants now on first down. They run up the middle, but they don't get much. And that's Iridakunda again. They've certainly mixed it up with their weapons, Elmwood has, but we haven't seen much of TJ Proden. He's been kept kind of under wraps lately.
Yeah, and I think it's due to the large part of the size of the front seven here for Crocus, just not wanting to run him up the middle, and but you know that may open up the passing game for Elmwood eventually.
Proden had considerable success in that first half running to the outside. See if they do that, but he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. And Elmwood will have no choice but to punt here.
Yeah, the Plainsman defender getting into the backfield quickly, and you can hear that Plainsman bench going.
Yeah, they're fired up.
Getting very fired up, and begs the question, is the momentum back on the Plainsman side here getting into the fourth quarter?
Communicate, guys, communicate.
Jesse Rasmussen. Dakota Richard, good return to the Elmwood 41-yard line.
Looks like a flag on the play there, Mike. May negate the positive yardage.
During the return, legal block, Crocus #1. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
So costly penalty, putting the Plainsmen back in their end of the football field.
Yeah, well, you know, after all the math is done, that cost him 20 yards, really, from where Richard was tackled. And so the scrimmage from the 50. Here's Riley Keel. And he runs hard for 4, maybe 5 yards.
Good job on Keel there to make something out of nothing, as the ball just about flops out of Essler's hands here, and he's able to grab the ball and make a positive gain there for about 5 yards.
Did a nice job bringing down that high snap. The Plainsmen's offense just seemed to come alive on their last drive, because they had 3 consecutive 2-and-outs before taking that interception and driving the distance with it. Here's Essler on second down. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Intended for Bryce Parnetta.
It was a good planned play there for Parnetta, being able to get behind the defender and just a little bit out of his reach. Sure, Essler would like that one back.
And so Michael Olive will come in to punt. Just under 9 minutes left in the game. It hangs in the balance. There's Kevin Boyd, seeing his team perform probably as well as they have all season long in this game against a formidable opponent. Olive stands at his 40. They fake it. The reverse to Richard, and he's going to have a hard time getting the first down. In fact, he doesn't, as he's brought down at midfield. The Giants weren't fooled at all.
No, they weren't. Kudos to Coach Boyd there for calling a fake, because as that momentum was starting to get onto their side there, maybe he thought they would be able to break something off, and fortunately, number 7, Dakota Richard, wasn't able to get the yards needed and turnover on downs.
And that's not a bad call by the Plainsmen either, because they have a really good punter, and you would have expected them to punt the football. First down at midfield. There's some running room to the outside, but a good tackle limits the Giants to about 4 or 5 yards there.
Yeah, and it's a tackle by Hunter Fisher, who again, another individual that was out of the game early in the first half there, and
with the ice pack.
With the ice pack, exactly,
yep.
And able to make a nice tackle there to bring up 2nd and 5.
Alain Baraka with the reception. He gained 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Giants. They run the football. That's Neal. Has the first down and a bit more, just outside the Plainsman 40.
Yeah, this is a great play call here, bringing Neal into the run game, and you know, faking to the running back and being able to have the speed of Neal for one to get to the outside and get the much-needed yards for the first down. So, great play call there by Elmwood, and first down on into Crocus's end of the field.
6:48 left in this game. This is a key possession for the Giants. And a big run and a first down and then some inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play here, Mike, and I think it's going to be for holding on that left guard, I believe. That's going to bring the ball back.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Holding, Elmwood 55, before yards were gained. Objectional conduct, Elmwood 55. That's 25 yards in penalties.
Ooh.
Repeat, first down.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's take a look at this run. We haven't seen the Giants run the football like this in a little bit in this game. And that's TJ Proden, who ran over a defender, put a big hit on Colton Swallow, but it's all for naught.
Yeah, that's a big penalty for Elmwood, and comes at a very unfortunate time, as that would have given them a first down, but also it's a long way to that first down marker, and to give Crocus the ball back with some ample time here, it could prove to be quite dangerous.
So it's 1st and 35.
Oh boy.
For the Elmwood Giants. They pitch it out. That's TJ Proden. He gains 5-6 yards on the play.
It's a good run here by Proden. Obviously, they probably wanted a little bit more as they go into 2nd and 29, but Proden able to avoid the tackle there and get some extra yards. So.
Second and 26 for the Giants. From their 50, they run the football again. Proden is stacked up and hit pretty hard.
Yeah, what a hit here by Hunter Gabriel. I think we felt this one up here in the booth here, Mike, but you know, that run game is continuously being stopped, and Crocus is going to get the ball back here with a lot of time. And as I said here, Gabriel with a big hit.
And you have to hand it to Proden, Corey. He's taken some big hits in this game. I'm actually surprised they didn't throw there with John McClellan's arm. They've had success through the air, but they punch it away. And here's Dakota Richard, and he takes a high hit.
Yeah, you know, Mike, this is the second time I've seen Richard do this, and he seems to be running into the action as opposed to running away from it and trying to get to that outside. It just seems that maybe he's trying to rely more on his ability of juking and things like that, where he could be relying more on the speed to get to those outside corners.
And there's a player down. He's up fairly quickly. That's Wally Lawal, who has an interception in this game. Elmwood, you know, for a team that's 4-1 and has a shot at tying for first place tonight. They have a very small roster. They only have 27 players. At least that's what we counted during the pregame warm-up. So when they lose someone, it doesn't help matters.
Oh boy.
A loss of some yardage there on first down. That was Riley Keel going nowhere.
Yeah, and you know, I don't understand why Coach Boyd isn't going back to the throw, especially after we just saw Wally Lawal go down with injury and out for a couple plays. So stuffed in the backfield, and looks like Elmwood is going to keep that pressure on.
2nd and 11 for Crocus. They're down in this game. Critical drive, pass incomplete, intended for Larson Nelson, which will bring up 3rd and long with 4:28 left in this game. Crocus is down 21-16, but they're going to have to punt the football and hope to keep Elmwood at bay and then get the ball back in fairly decent field position.
Just going back to what you said there earlier, Mike, about the small roster of Elmwood, we had a chance to talk with Coach Nathan Falk before the game here, and he said, you know, the team was a little bit banged up. Had a couple guys that weren't going to be playing tonight, but were going to be on their bench and cheering on their team. So maybe that cheering is really helping out here for these guys.
Jesse Rasmussen brought down at his 40. Another decent punt from Michael Olive. Just over 4 minutes left in this game. The Elmwood Giants in dark, leading Crocus Plains of Brandon 21-16. Chance to grab a share of first place in the AA Cass Vidrick division. With a week to go in the regular season. Breaking a tackle is TJ Proden, and he gains a hard 7 yards. The leading rusher in AA football, as we mentioned coming in, he was averaging almost 12 yards a carry. Certainly isn't at that pace tonight, although it looked like he might be on that sort of pace early in this game, but he's been shut down, or at least kept under wraps to an extent, as much as you can, a guy of his skill, by Crocus Plains. They have a lot of size, as Corey has mentioned, on both lines, and it's been a tough affair for both teams. Very hard hitting. First down for Elmwood on 2nd and 3. They'll move the chains.
Well, kudos to Coach Nathan Falk here, going back to the ground game, because you know, they were getting stuff to begin with here, but they've fought out a few good yard plays here, and obviously the play before here with able to get up the field.
Nathan Falk, 3 minutes away from his team grabbing a share of first place with River East. They're going to do a measurement here. And it's a first down for the Giants. And Jared DeCunda carrying the ball on that last play. And they've been able to mix things up a bit. He's got a little more size, I think, than TJ, and just spells him off as they face a fairly large defensive line there.
Yeah, it's a two-headed monster coming out of the backfield there, and really establishing that that mantra there with both running backs just having great games so far.
1st and 10 from the Giants from their 50. 3 minutes left in this game. They lead by 5. And they, if not score, they'd like to hold on to this ball for as long as they can. Here's TJ Proden. And he's going to have to track back. And he's brought down. Terrific play by Brody Morgan. And a big loss on the play for the Giants.
Well, for a second there, it looked like he might get away from it here. And as we see in the replay, just about gets tackled here, spins out, but going nowhere with that relentless defense of the Crocus team here, being able to track him down and get him for a huge loss.
Just what Crocus Plains wanted. They've got them in a 2nd and 23 situation with 2:24 left on the clock. They want this ball back. Down by 5. McClellan's going to throw. And is that a catch? If it is, it will make the highlight reel. Sean Neal. Who had a touchdown in the first half on a pass and run. And they rule it incomplete.
Well, and that's the interesting thing here, Mike, is with an incomplete pass, the clock stops. So wondering what Coach Nathan Falk was thinking there by throwing the ball, obviously wanting to get the first down, but this is going to give the ball back to Crocus with just about 2 minutes left on the clock.
Jesse Rasmussen with the punt. Dakota Richard. The reverse is bobbled, and it's whistled down.
Interesting play call there. I don't know why the reverse would have been called, but nice try nonetheless. Crocus is going to start with the ball on their 43.
There's probably a knee down.
Yes.
When they picked up the ball, and so they don't get a return out of it. Here's Dakota Richard with a first down on a pass from Sam Essler. So Crocus not getting the return on that punt that they wanted, but they're still at midfield with 1:57 left, and they're down by 5.
It's a great catch here by Dakota Richard. Nice little 10-yard hook, finding a soft zone there for Essler to get the ball to him and keep this drive going.
Bad snap. Essler handles it. Gets it to his favored receiver, who gains very little. Bryce Parnetta, brought down by several Elmwood defenders. A gain of a yard.
Looked like that snap kind of handcuffed the Essler there.
He's done a pretty good job tonight.
He has, yeah.
Second and 9. It's got a receiver and another first down. Here's Parnetta, who picks up another 10 yards after the catch and is just outside the Elmwood 30 with the clock down to 1:05.
Yeah, and this is a huge catch by Parnetta. Being able to shuffle off a few broken tackles here and keeping this drive alive, it's unbelievable.
Essler on first down.
Yeah, about 54 seconds left here, and you got to wonder, are they going to start going to the air here to try to get in the end zone? I think they're going to have to start throwing here.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. And it's picked off. Intercepted by the Giants, and that'll do it.
Hold on, there's a flag on the play, it looks like.
Riley Tugas with the interception. There's also an Elmwood player down.
Holding, Crocus 68, the penalty is declined. First down, Elmwood.
So a costly interception thrown by Essler, who has had quite the game up to this point.
A potential game-saving interception by Riley Tugas. And it appears as though the Giants, with a 21-16 lead, are going to improve to 5-1 and join River East atop the AA standings with a head-to-head matchup with River East next week on the final week of the regular season.
Won't that be an interesting game, right, Mike?
It certainly will. And with a 9-team division, it's hard to imagine that that could get any better. That could even play out.
Yeah.
But that's what you're getting. The top 2 teams battling for first place. 39 seconds left.
Crocus bench aggressively calling a timeout here, trying to conserve as much time as they possibly can.
Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll have our player of the game. We'll have some highlights, and we'll also have our play of the game. We'll put Mike Valente to work. He's been pretty quiet tonight. I think he's just hanging out with a cup of coffee and trying to stay away from Coach Nathan Falk after interviewing one of his players when he was supposed to be on the field. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't drink coffee there, Mike.
Yeah, right.
We also want to thank the coaches, both teams, for being so generous with their time and providing us with the statistics and all the information we needed to do a marginal job here up in the booth. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, they've been great, and
No,
it's a great opportunity for these guys. They really get to take in the TV and all the media and everything. This has got to be something for these guys.
And you've done a great job filling in on short notice. Elmwood runs on second down. There's still 31 seconds left officially on the stadium clock here. And another Elmwood player down.
Hey, I need block. I need block.
Well, looks like Coach Falk's going to have to punt here, and could make things interesting for Crocus with about 31 seconds on the clock here. Can't see Coach Falk going for it this deep in his end of the field.
And that looks like TJ Proden, who's down.
Wouldn't that be a hit to their offense going into big game next weekend?
Might be just taking a breather or had the wind knocked out of him. Doesn't seem to be favoring an extremity, but we'll see. And now he's up, and oh, it is, I think, a left foot. And let's hope it isn't too serious. We want to see everyone healthy, and certainly the best players out there showing off their skills.
I'm sure Coach Falk would agree with you on that one. You know, Proden having the season that he's having, it's always a scary scene when someone like that goes down.
Okay, so here's the scene. Elmwood is up by 5, and they're going to have to punt here.
It looks like they're going for it.
Or they may give up some points here. The Plainsmen have their returners back, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to give up 2 and run off the clock. McClellan does a pretty nice job of running off about 10 seconds, so there's 20 seconds left. They give up 2 to make the score 21-18.
Yeah, and I think Coach Falk would have just said to him, you know, get back there and waste as much time as you possibly can. And McClellan does a great job here, and the blocking as well has been, you know, great for McClellan there. And like you said, there shaves about 11 seconds off the clock.
Well, that was the plan all along, and now Crocus will have to try to retrieve something out of this kick and perhaps a play or two.
Yeah, this is going to need to be a decent return here for any chance of a score.
And it's a good kick. Flags on the play.
Yeah, it looks like it might be an illegal block there, Mike.
Cordell Chartrand with the return. 12 seconds left on the clock. The Plainsmen are down by 3 and have a field goal kicker who's got...
Crocus 56, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, that's a costly penalty as well.
Puts them at their 25. With 12 seconds left.
And if I'm Coach Nathan Falk here, I'm thinking this ball might be going to number 84, Bryce Parnetta. So I'm going to have my best guy on him.
Sam Essler puts it up. It's knocked down and almost intercepted with 5 seconds left.
Looks like a flag on the play here.
That'll be 2nd and 10 with 5 seconds remaining on the clock.
So even if it was a catch, it would have been negated by a flag.
Well, Corey, I didn't know what to expect out of Crocus Plains, a 1-4 team coming in here, but they've certainly provided us with some entertainment tonight and gave Elmwood all they can handle. 5 seconds left, all or nothing for them here. They throw it up and it's in and out of the hands of a receiver who may have had some daylight there. That's number 86, Larson Nelson. But the game is over. And the Elmwood Giants hold on to win 21-18, improving to 5-1 and grabbing a share of first place in the AA Cass Vidrick division. We're back with our post-game show in a moment. You're watching High School Rivalry on Shaw TV.
Never miss a moment. Find stories from today's show on our YouTube channel, and remember to follow us on Twitter for the latest in Winnipeg arts, culture, and sports. Go Winnipeg, go everywhere.
Shaw TV presents 2 weekends of curling live from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba. The Canadiens Men's Classic begins Sunday, October 18th, with the final match on Monday at 6 p.m. The Canadiens Women's Classic begins Saturday, October 24th. Catch the action live from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba, exclusively on Shaw TV and Shaw Direct, Channel 299.
At Shaw TV, we are proud to bring you live events, and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now, 204-480-3500, or email us, shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca, and let us know how we're doing. Or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg.
Welcome back to Investors Group Field. Mike Beauregard, Corey Weir, and Mike Valente. Our game is in the books. High school rivalry for another year, and there's your final score. Elmwood Giants 21, Crocus Plainsmen out of Brandon 18, putting up just a valiant fight, but in the end, it's Elmwood improving to 5-1, and as we mentioned, they grab a share of first place in the AA division. Crocus falls to 1-5, but they're still in the playoff hunt, and it looks as though they're in pretty decent shape. They're playing their best football of the season, so you never know with 1 week remaining in the regular season. Corey, it's time for play of the game, and really there was just one pass that was a pass and run that was just electric this evening, and this gave Elmwood the lead for good midway through the second quarter, and it's Deshaun Neal.
Yeah, and what a great catch here by Neal. Just a circus catch, you know, and breaking some tackles, getting into the end zone. You know, this is the play of the game, but might be the play of the year for Elmwood. It was something to remember.
Well, they had lost momentum and they were down 10-7 at that point, but that gave them a 14-10 lead, and they never looked back, although it was a close game, but they never gave up the lead from there. And now it's time to talk more about this game and the player of the game. And let's go downstairs to Mike Valente.
Thank you very much. We're here with our player of the game, Ange Aderadakunda. You had 2 touchdowns yourself. What did you think of your performance tonight?
Well, we should have done it better, especially me. But we got to step up next week. We have a hell of a good team we're going to play against next week. So we got to tough it up. We got to show up for practices. And we got to show what we got, because this is what we showed today. It wasn't good enough. But next week, we have a tough team, and we got to beat them.
So another great performance on your team, TJ Proden. Maybe a quick comment on him. He had some great carries tonight as well.
Well, he's the leading pretty much rushing yard right now, and he's my running back. And for him, he's always great. He's always stepping up every single play. He always want to show his best, and the whole team want to show up the best.
You mentioned how close the game was tonight. Did you feel that you guys had the momentum throughout?
Well, the first we started so slow as usual all the games, but during the game we kept getting the momentum and we got the win.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Our player of the game, back to you guys upstairs.
All right, thanks, Mike. And Corey, maybe just some final thoughts from you on what you saw tonight.
Yeah, Irakunda, he hit it right on the head there. You know, they started off slow, but were able to retain that momentum. And like he said, you know, it's something that they've done throughout the season. So clearly, that's not going to fly against the River East team next week. But they're going to have to solve some problems going into the dressing room, from what he said. And you know, look to next week where they're going to have quite the match on their hands.
You bet, up against River East. I just like to tip my hat to both teams tonight. They put up such a great effort on a Friday night when the air is getting cold, and there's a television audience for high school rivalry. They both came to play. We saw some tremendous athletic efforts on both sides of the ball, and it came right down to the wire. So we commend both teams on just a job well done. Let's wrap up now and go downstairs to Mike Valente. Mike?
Thank you very much, guys. You're right. It was absolutely a very entertaining game for a 1-4 versus 4-1 matchup. You could tell right from the beginning. It was very evident that both teams were very excited that our cameras were here. Hopefully it excited them a bit. 21-18 was the final score. This has been high school rivalry here on Shaw TV. For the entire mobile crew, thank you very much for watching. So long.